How to make the perfect headline on LinkedIn. Hi, my name is Chris Cozzolino, and I am the co founder and head of services at Uptown Creation, a LinkedIn lead generation and guerrilla marketing company. So, this is something that a lot of people have been asking me lately is how to write a good headline. And so, I wanted to go into the things that make a headline good, the things that make a headline bad, and why it matters at all in the first place. So, first and foremost, what I wanted to show is my own personal headline. So, what you can see is it shows that I'm a pharmacist. So, what I'm formally trained as shows my title. It shows a little bit about what I consider what I do guerrilla marketing, LinkedIn lead generation, drop shipping. And then I show my personality type, which is ENTP, to throw a little bit of personality in there. So that's something that LinkedIn's been pushing a lot lately is rather than using LinkedIn as a resume like most people were used to doing when LinkedIn before the buyout in 2018. For those that you don't know, in 2018, Microsoft acquired LinkedIn and a lot of things changed. Now LinkedIn really wants to add some personality into the profile and be less resume like and more professional social media like. So with that being said, why it matters at all in the first place, your three things on LinkedIn that follow you everywhere you go, and that's your name, your profile picture, and then your headline. So every single thing that you do on LinkedIn, whether it's a post that you make, a comment that you make, your headline is going to follow you there as well as when you try to connect with somebody new. And that's probably the biggest thing is your headline is really going to help determine your acceptance rate and whether people actually accept your connection requests in the first place or just kind of ignore it and think you're going to spam them. So I wanted to show a few headlines that I think are bad. So anything that starts off with I help people do X, Y, and Z, I think is a bad idea. So right here you can see helping brands and agencies use psychographic data. That just screams like they're going to sell something to me. And nobody wants to be sold. So it's automatically going to put you at a disadvantage when you have a headline like that because less people are going to accept your connection request and they're going to be less likely to respond to any messages or posts that you make just because they're going to view your account as salesy. Even if you're not trying to sell them anything or not trying to be salesy, it's more so they're just used to accounts with that type of headline trying to sell them things. So I would avoid anything that has to do with I help X do Y and Z. So anything that is focused on what you're helping people do is really going to put you at a big disadvantage when it comes to LinkedIn. So what would I recommend doing for your headline? So this goes for whether you're using Sales Navigator, LinkedIn Recruiter, or just regular old LinkedIn and trying to find a job. What I would recommend doing is first and foremost putting what your title is. If you're a student, put your student in whatever you're studying. If you are the owner of a company, put that. If you are a customer service representative at a company, put that. That being the first thing is going to come off as very natural. Then what I would do is put something that's a little bit more personalized. And what I mean by that is, you know, give a description of what you actually help doing. So if you say that you're a customer success manager, say a little bit about what makes your role different or how you approach the job in the first place. The next thing that I would recommend doing is ending with a little bit of personal flair. So, whether that's adding your personality type, adding something that you're really passionate about. As you can see, my business partner here says passionate about human relationships, host of the Social Seller podcast. These are all going to be things that help people relate to you. And what I like to say is meet you without meeting you. Obviously, your LinkedIn profile is kind of like your business card online, but even more so than that. So adding in that personal flair is really going to take your LinkedIn to the next level. So just to recap, your headline is really important because it follows you everywhere that you go on LinkedIn. It really is going to be a major factor in your connection acceptance rate if you're trying to connect with new people, start new conversations, and do business on LinkedIn. It's also going to affect the way that people perceive you and ultimately interact with you in return. So the best headline is going to start off with your job title, then go into kind of how you view yourself or anything unique that you do. Like if you host a podcast, put that there. If you really love soccer, put that there. That's going to add a little bit of personal flair as well as give people more insight into who you are. And then the last thing that I already kind of alluded to is adding the personal touch. So whether that's something that you're passionate about or a personality type or anything else that falls into that category, that is going to be a great way to wrap up your headline. Hopefully this video helped you. If it did, please toss a like on this video and consider subscribing to our channel. That is the free way that you're able to support us, and it really does help us out a lot. If you're interested in learning more about LinkedIn strategy, check out the other videos that we have or go to uptowncreation.com and book a discovery call with someone on the team to talk about your strategy specifically. Thank you.